Hello again, everyone. All right, so today we are going to read a few comments. Actually, let's take a look at this question. Okay, so Dark Ambient says, "Nice video. Thank you. Always been a bit puzzled by the envelope." Okay, in response to my envelope generator video for the JD-08. Nice. I'm very interested in JD-08, but I'm always a bit afraid, as most of the videos of it or the JD-800 sound like 90s cheese. Okay, I agree with you. I agree with you on that one. How far can this thing actually be pushed, and how gritty and dirty can it get? I understand it has PCM samples, a regular, sawtooth, square, triangle, etc. But beyond that, is it only used for pads? I like my scents nasty, like the Moog MS-2000 or the Wasp. Or would this even be for me? Well, okay, so, that's subjective, extremely subjective. But what I am going to do for you today is I am going to investigate the distortion and saturation effects of the JD-08. Let's see how far we can push this, and let's just see how dirty it can get. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so that's actually a very interesting point. Up until this point, anytime we play with the JD-08, we have a tendency to get these very clean and pure tones. So now the question is, can the JD-08 emit dirty tones, overdriven, saturated tones? And the answer to the question is yes, it can. So yes, there is a way to implement saturation. So let me show you. It's actually quite simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into effects mode, and let's see. We're going to scroll over to. So we have a series of effects. The one that interests me at this point is distortion. So I'm going to select that, and it'll be the distortion saturation. I think that's what it's trying to tell me, but either which way, what we have to once we're here, we have to turn it on through the options. So what you have to do is hit effects, scroll over to DS, click the value button, click the value button again, and then switch it from off to on. Exit, and now we have three other options here. Option number one, the type. So we're going to select, and whoa, okay, what is it trying to tell me here? Overdrive, dry, distortion. Okay, I'll have to look up these acronyms here, or these abbreviations rather. But either which way, let's see what this does for us. Okay, we scroll over, dry. So that's 50% dry. Oh, the dry signal. So I don't want any dry signal. I want, let's see, let's up the level a bit. No, boy, let's see what happens. Okay, I see what's going on now. So let's see here. Let's see, can we? Okay, there we are. That's what I was looking for. So apparently, the way they treat dry to wet ratios is a little bit differently. Is handled a little bit differently here. Okay, so let me turn the volume down on this because we're dealing with some massive saturation. So let's see here. We have different types of distortions here too. That's a false distortion. Wow. Okay. So let's see here. Let's switch to a different patch and try the exact same thing. Let's try something like this. All right, now let's turn the effects on, go into distortion. Let's see, hold on, go to here. Okay, oh, it's still on. Okay, excellent. Okay, so this stays, well, or it could just be one of those situations where the distortion was already incorporated into that patch. But let's up the dry. Okay, let's go into note mode. So yes, the answer to the question is you can get saturated, dirty tones out of the JD-08. It's not all about pads and pleasant sounds. If you ever wanted to do something heavily distorted, let's see, what genre would that fall into? There's some forms of electronic music. The first thing that comes to mind is techno, or like this new wave of techno that's pretty distorted. Some UK garage is also distorted to some extent. Different forms of EDM. Just to name a few, now that I think about it. This is where I've heard some of these tones. But yes, the JD-08 can definitely give you those tones. You just have to know how to dial them in. You have to know what effect to incorporate into your sound design. But there you have it. All right, guys. So that pretty much does it for the distortion and saturation effects of the JD-08. Truth be told, it did get pretty dirty, in my opinion. It did get pretty distorted. But whether or not it's for you, entirely subjective, entirely up to you. I'm just hoping that this demonstration gave you an idea of what the JD-08 is capable of as it relates to those saturated tones. So if you guys have any more questions, please leave them in the comments. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.